Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, to the Monster Trio podcast. Okay, enough of the goofy shit. Okay, so basically, guys, this is the new podcast that we have been talking about for months. So, without further introductions, let me introduce you to my two co-hosts, starting off with my usual culprit, Kyo Knuckles.
What up, people?
And a good friend of mine that has graciously volunteered to record this for us because he can capture all of our audios, my buddy, the Amias.
Yo, how's up, everyone? How's it going?
So basically what this podcast for episode 1 is going to be of the Monster Trio podcast. Usually we'll have a set topic for each one, but I figured we'll let you get to know us a little bit. So we're either going to talk about our favorite anime or manga of like all time for a brief little bit, or we're just going to pick one that we've yet to discuss before. So I'm going to give it straight over to Kyo to give the rest of us time to think.
Wow, giving it to me first. Right, so, well, my favourite manga has always been, like, One Piece for the past... Jesus Christ. I always keep forgetting this number. Probably about 12, 13 years plus, roughly, it's got to be. But...
Yeah, he's old, guys.
Dude! Shut up. I hate you. But no, my favourite anime, although it's seasonal, it has to be My Hero. And I think it's quite good in a way to have like, I mean, it depends. Like sometimes your favourite manga in the anime could like be the same series, but with me, I'm quite glad it's kind of different because don't get me wrong, I love the One Piece anime. It is really good. You know, there are parts where it can be a bit iffy with the animation, but when you sort of look at the facts, you can kind of see why when the animation's doing a bit something different, so they're going to have less animators, but I'm not going to get into that. But with My Hero, I think it's just something really new, exciting, and upcoming. So I haven't really checked out Black Clover, but with My Hero, I think it's also because I've been playing the new My Hero game. So yeah, I guess that's kind of played into effect. And Yugi and Amias both managed to kick my butt into reading more of the manga, and I can't wait for next season. I think that's also the hype behind that as well. So yeah, guys, favorite manga, One Piece. Favorite anime, My Hero Academia.
Okay, Amias, yeah, you ready to go? Or if
I
can.
All right, yeah. So my favorite manga is Attack on Titan. Pretty much everyone who knows me knows that it's Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah,
because I fanboy all over the place on it. Favorite anime, surprisingly, is Real Life. Slice of life anime.
Such a good choice.
Yeah, I fucking love it. And a little fun fact: even though I love Attack on Titan manga, the anime I hate so much. So that's one thing that I can add on a little bit more. But I'll give it back to Yugi.
Okay, so you guys, this is on my channel, so you know me a little better. You know, my favorite anime and manga is a tie between Food Wars and Fairy Tail. But I'm actually going to talk a little bit on something that I like, and I'm pretty sure Mias enjoys this too, and that is Magi, or Magi the Labyrinth of Magic. So this might be a little topic back and forth I'm going to talk about for a few minutes, and if either of you want to chime in with questions, or Mias, you want to talk about some stuff because I know you enjoy this too. Magi starts off following a kid named Aladdin, and he is a Magi, which is a magician that chooses kings. So he chooses his king, and that is Alibaba Saluja, and their adventures kind of go from there. But I think Amias can agree with me on this too. Sinbad is really the character you want to watch for in Magi. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone who's seen Magi loves Sinbad.
Yeah. He's a mentor character that also functions as, I guess, spoiler alert, the final antagonist of the entire story, and Jesus, he makes a great final antagonist. And even his prequel story that follows him, The Adventures of Sinbad, has both an anime and a manga that stops, I would say, probably about 14 years before Magi takes place. It follows him from childhood to adulthood and find out how complex of a character he is, but I don't want to babble on about Magi too much, but we want to keep these as kind of a lengthy-ish podcast of about 30 to 45 minutes. So maybe, Amias, you want to go into a little more on why Attack on Titan difference between the anime and the manga, and why you kind of despise the anime and love the manga.
See, it's funny because, and I think it's mainly because I started with the anime instead of starting with the manga, like most people, who love the manga do. Because you see most people who love the anime, they watch the first episode, or it's their favorite series, and it's usually people who've never seen anime as well. Like, that's the anime that brings people into the whole genre. So I watched it, dropped it 8 times. Like, I watched like 3 episodes, drop it every single time, and until people pushed me to finish it, and it was one of my least favorite. Like, because I've watched a lot of anime throughout, and when I watch something and I watch like first 5-6 episodes, I usually just finish it whether it's good or bad. For example, Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
I usually finish anything that's bad. And obviously I finished Attack on Titan, and I finished at the same time that season 2 came out. Watched that, enjoyed it more than season 1, but it was still nothing, not even top 20, not even probably top 50 at that time when I watched it. And I started hearing that the manga is better, it writes it better than the anime. So I checked it. And obviously, it may be the timing that I read it in, but I read it throughout the Uprising arc, which is the political arc, which a lot of people hated, but it's my favorite arc. And
that's actually one of the few that I have read bits of, and it is spectacular.
Amazing. Even though there's a lot of dialects, it's just amazing. That's what I loved about it. And
it's world building.
Yeah, exactly. And, I watched the anime of it, which is the 13 episodes or 14 episodes that came out this year. Did not enjoy it much. Obviously, I enjoyed the animation of it and everything, but I didn't like that they cut out a lot of it. But that's pretty much my main reason why I hate it so much. Is if I didn't read the manga and I watched season 3 on its own, it would still be one of my least favorite anime, just because of how they treated it. Because the reason I fell in love with it was because of that in-depth details and all of that stuff. So,
and I can agree with you on that too, because season 1 of Attack on Titan is still something that I really don't like it. I still don't like it to this day. I probably dropped it. I couldn't even get past episode 1 for the first 4 times, and then I finally just said screw it, and I'll watch the full 25 episodes. But when, like you said, when I got to season 2, I started enjoying it, and I liked season 2. I have not touched season 3 because of Amias. I am going to read it before I watch it, because I want to see the differences, and I want to experience the true weight of it. Like, I've skipped bits of Attack on Titan, and I've read the current arc that's going now, which is dealing with like Marley and stuff like that, which is also amazing arc, guys. So I got some. Maybe we can chat One Piece for a bit. See, Amias is a little bit behind on One Piece, but we've still been having One Piece discussions on like the newest chapters. Sorry about my dogs in the background. But Kyle, do you want to maybe talk about Kaido for a minute or something?
Oh, what you mean? What he did to Luffy in the late? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, one shot, man. Jesus, it's like he just went Captain Caveman for a second, and like in a mix of One Punch Man. It's absolutely collapsed Luffy. And yeah, Luffy is my favourite character. I've got main character syndrome when it comes to One Piece, but I will admit, Luffy did he did do quite good. I mean, okay, yeah, Kaido was drunk, but the way that Kaido just like one shot him was just unreal. And I guess in a way it's good, because then it can open up like a lot of things for Wano, especially for Luffy, knowing the fact that he's tried to take on this Yonko and he's just got annihilated in one hit. And that's saying something. And this is like Luffy going into Gear 4, and he still got clapped. And that's supposed to be like his strongest like form at the moment. So there are a lot of theories going around possibly about Luffy doing some extra training on Wano. And I think me and Yugi did have a discussion about that, which I'll get him to explain a little bit more, because he did have some good ideas. And yeah, some people were saying about a Gear 5th. Now, I'd like to see a Gear 5th, but would it be worth it this early? I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Luffy always has something up his sleeve for when he actually defeats, like the main villains. When it came to Crocodile, he realised that Crocodile's weakness is water, and even though it took like 3 rounds to actually defeat Crocodile, it could similarly be the same with Kaido, but we don't know. I guess it's something that we're just gonna have to wait and see what Oda drops, because unfortunately we're still near the start, and I was really I love Wano. and there are a lot of people that are slowly starting to change their mind. There are people that are on the fence about it. There's people that like 107 and into Whole Cake Island, which I strongly disagree with. And then there's the people that actually like it, like myself. And yeah, I think depending on how Wano goes, it might actually overtake Impel Down for me. Impel Down is my favourite arc of One Piece. Like also going into Marine, because I guess you can class both of them, but mainly Impel Down. But depending on how Wano goes, could become my favourite arc, and it's slowly creeping up into the top like 5 right now for me. But yeah, Yugi, do you want to go into that little discussion we had about the training?
So I can elaborate on the trading thing. So basically, we know for a fact that there are 3 samurai that were once retainers to Oda and Kozuki. Basically, one of them is believed that Shutemaru is in fact one of them, and we have seen how powerful Shutemaru is. Basically, Kaido blasted him with a heat wave, and it doesn't even seem like it phased him when it incinerated part of the town. If they're all that class of fighter, we could possibly see one of them, if Shutemaru is who rescues Luffy in the next part, take Luffy and Law and train them. Perhaps train Law up more in his swordsmanship, and maybe even teach Luffy the basics of some swordsmanship, seeing as he is running around with a sword right now because he says he's not a samurai if he doesn't have a sword. So if one of them decides to train Luffy, that could give him a massive boost, because so far it is looking like Odin's power level was insanely high, something above Yonko Commander level, probably like above Katakuri and characters like that, and it probably took Kaido himself to defeat Odin. So if these 3 characters are Yonko Commander level on par with Katakuri, Luffy could have a massive boost in power. So that's about it for our One Piece talk. So anything else you guys want to just chat about while we're here? Because this is a sporadic episode, because it's just like get to know us, what we like kind of deal. So
yeah, I'll admit I'm not up to date with My Hero. I don't think Amias is that far off from being up to date either.
Yeah, I think like 2 arcs behind or something like that.
Yeah, I've literally just finished like the overhaul arc, and I've just sort of started going into the following arc, which is where Kami, Todoroki, everyone that didn't pass in the provisional license exams are actually like taking that now, and I'm looking forward to reading that anyway. But I'm really looking forward to the next season of My Hero, because we'll be meeting people like Sir Night-Eye, get to see more of what Overhaul can do, and I cannot actually wait for that, because I know it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And anyone who are just like anime only watchers of My Hero, trust me, you got a lot of stuff to take in, and I think even like I might say you can agree with that when there's going to be a lot of emotion like everywhere. There's going to be
read the manga, guys. Just read the manga, because once you get to the Pro Hero arc, and Amias has read some of this and he can attest to it. Once you get to this arc, it gets nutty, and it is probably still one of the best arcs in My Hero Academia to date. And that was already probably 2 arcs ago now.
Yeah, it's really worthwhile, and it's fun for me to say like I've dropped My Hero anime because I focus on the manga mainly, but for the arc that's coming up, whenever it comes out, I'm gonna come back and watch it throughout the whole thing from start to finish, and that's probably the only animated My Hero thing that I'll ever watch.
Oh yeah, see, I watch the anime from week to week, and I read the manga from week to week, and me and Amias have had 2 to 3 hour long conversations on possible things that could happen in the future of My Hero. So if you guys want, right now, probably we're not going to stop talking about My Hero. So you guys maybe want to talk about, seeing as Kaio has finally gotten through with the overhaul stuff and gotten to see that All Might, spoilers for any anime only watchers, I don't want to go, if you're anime only, don't go any further from here. So you have been forewarned to click off now. We have been found out that All Might is indeed going to die at some point, and Deku's main goal is to stop this future from happening. And with the end of the overhaul arc, Deku twisting fate with his fist may indeed be a possibility, but me and Amias have discussed before why All Might should die.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of obvious why he should die, just because you've seen it a lot in other series where the mentor dies, and you know, it happened mainly. One of the main impacts of it was in Naruto.
Yeah.
That's why he needs to die. That's like the main reason. If you want to see why he needs to die, just look at Naruto. Look at the impact and how it made him progress. That's the main reason as to why he needs to die. And if he doesn't die, Deku would never be able to progress to a certain point where he can be better than All Might.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Don't get me wrong, all three of us here, we all love All Might. A lot of people love All Might. I think everyone in the fandom loves All Might. And,
All Might is one of the most popular characters in My Hero Academia.
And I can like, going on to what Maya says, like when you do look at like Naruto, you can tell that My Hero, you know, has a lot of Naruto influence, and when you look at how
a lot of the toxic fans too.
when you look at Naruto for, you know, when Jiraiya died, you saw how depressed Naruto was, and look what happened. He ended up learning Sage Mode, actually, you know, completing Sage Mode, unlike Jiraiya, because I believe his was only incomplete, wasn't it? He didn't actually manage to master Sage Mode properly, did he?
Jiraiya could not master Sage Mode. He wasn't capable of it. He could, every time he would do it, he would take Toad aspects.
Exactly. So, yeah, there's going to be stuff that's going to happen. My Hero, yeah, it's all like cheery and everything, but yeah,
it's going to get darker before it gets bright again, because from right now onwards, there is going to be probably significant deaths. Not to get too far into it, but in the very near future, Endeavor probably will not be around much longer. And Endeavor is currently, I think even Kaio knows it, Endeavor is currently the #1 hero, and is currently dealing with things that All Might would deal with, and realizing the struggle that he does not have the power of All for One, or One for All. I get them confused. Whichever one All Might's got. And he's gotten the crap beat out of him several times. Or not really several times, I believe twice now. But, and me and Amice have talked about this before, that Endeavor is probably going to be a character that will indeed die before the end of the story. And also, the journey of Deku to be the #1 hero, it will not probably be him coming straight out of UA as soon as he's a pro hero, becoming the #1 hero, because I don't think that's going to be the case. If anybody out of UA comes straight out as #1 hero, it's going to be either Todoroki or Bakugo. If not, if Mirio gets his quirk back, Mirio will probably be the placeholder until either Bakugo dethrones him or someone else, and it will be until basically the end of the story, where Deku is probably an adult before he becomes the #1 hero. And also, I think we've discussed this before too, Amias, Deku may not actually be the #1 hero for a long time. He might not be like Naruto and hold the spot of Hokage until who knows when. Deku could very well die from injuries, because he's already quite injured and he's only 15.
Yeah, exactly.
And be forced to pass down his quirk.
I mean, that's the premises of being the #1 hero. You become in the spotlight, everyone attacks you, and you pretty much, the same circumstances that happen to All Might happens to you. Like, it's happening to Endeavor right now, and then whoever takes his place is going to happen to him as well. Yeah.
And I really want to talk about Hawks, but that will have to be a podcast once Kaio has finally caught up, because I think we could fill a 2-hour podcast just talking about Hawks. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, that's so. Well, I'll give you guys this. I actually, as I said, have started reading My Hero after I finished watching football, which is just about to start. So if the podcast is still going and you hear cheers, I'm going to try it, but if you do, I apologise. Just Liverpool's playing bar that anyway, but after the game I said I'm going to continue reading on My Hero, because last night after playing the game for so much, I was talking to one of my friends who, good news as well, I've also managed to get him to start reading the Overhaul arc, which is good, and he sent me a message earlier saying, Jesus Christ, this guy. I'm like, exactly. I told you to start reading it. I'm going to continue reading from where I am because I really do want to catch up because I'm sort of like sick and tired of being behind and missing out on all the, the great stuff that My Hero is, producing, because I wouldn't even say it's hit its peak yet, to be honest. And it's been doing some fantastic arcs right now. And the same goes for Amias. Like Amias was saying that, though he's not caught up to where we are at the moment, it's just that every week he said he feels like he's missing out on stuff to do with Kaido and how epic things are being right now. So I guess we're kind of in the same position, but within 2 different series.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, once you get past the Pro Hero arc, we're kind of in a lull kind of area. It's back to normal school life stuff. But I get the feeling the next arc in My Hero is going to be another big showstopper. So you can look forward to that. But I think we have babbled on enough about random stuff. So our next podcast is actually probably going to be a bonus podcast. I know it's relatively early, but a good friend of ours is Retro Rhino. So if you guys know Bleach and you like Retro Rhino or the fan animations going around, we are planning on doing a little montage of our first reactions to watching Ryan's first episode. So that will probably be episode 2 of the Monster Trio podcast. And hopefully there will be 4 of us for the podcast after that with another special topic. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Go subscribe to my buddies. Kaio does One Piece reviews every Monday when the official chapters drop. He'll do stuff on the anime. We do versus battles every week. And Amias is getting ready to start a channel more on political stuff. So if you guys want to talk to see stuff when it drops on stuff like, is YouTube an actual job, go show my boys some love. So if they would like to say goodbye before we leave, take that as a no.
Thanks for giving us your time. Hopefully you enjoy this, and we'll see you for the next podcast, I guess.
I hope you guys, as Amaya said, hope you enjoyed the first one. We're looking forward to doing more of these. They're going to be really fun. Expect some, good giggles. Probably might be a few, debates going on, depending on what it is. But overall, I'm really, really looking forward to continue doing this. So thanks for having me, Yugi. I look forward to doing more with you guys. So see you guys later. Also, just quickly, support the official release of Manga.
Weekly Shonen Jump / Viz Media is only $25 a year. So it's not expensive at all, guys. So peace out, guys.